Hello, ladies and gentlemen. David Meaden here with
Lockie Bourne for the first time.
welcome to your debut commentary
Thank you very much.
in a version of Dodgeball that you don't really play that much. So we will be playing Cloth. You've probably seen Foam the last two commentary games. Game's a bit different.
Yeah, there's 5 balls instead of 6, and shortened sets, as well as some other additional rules that we'll explore during the game.
Yeah, we'll try to get them to you, but Cloth is a very fast game. There's only 3-minute sets. After 3 minutes, the team with the most players on court wins. That's the main one. We'll try to bring them up as they come up, if they come up.
Yep.
So we've got Asgardians on the far side, and we've got Warriors on the close side to us on the camera.
Yeah.
Warriors do have an amalgamation of players, some from Samurais who didn't put forward a Cloth team, but they had some people interested. And Warriors didn't have enough people to put forward a team, so they've just assimilated.
Yeah, exactly.
Into one team. We've got a couple people. Warriors, on paper, looking quite strong. Jimmy, Jenny, Don, and Marty all played in ADC and got the gold medal at ADC this year. Frank, number 7. I think this is his first Cloth game, but keen to give it a try. And then same across the way, we got Jared Field and Julia Meaden, both played at Worlds for Australia in Cloth.
As well as Marcus McLaughlin.
As well as Marcus. And I think that's everyone who's represented. Oh, and Georgia Wynn, sorry.
Oh, of course.
Also played at Oz last year. Man, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. We got 2 refs on court.
Contest, Jimmy winning it.
So the middle ball, nice hit from Don there, just on the shirt of Gabby. The middle ball, so both teams run for 2 balls, and then the middle ball is contested. There are rules against, how you can go up to people and things like that. And you can't cross the line at all on the center ball. And we're just coming up here. So another hit onto Seamus, if you're just catching up on the gameplay.
You will notice, however, that they are going up above the center line towards the blue line. That is the actual throwing line, which is the activation line typically.
Correct. You do have that where the activation is typically in Foam. You have a neutral zone in that middle area, so anyone can go in there. And we didn't mention it, but Wilbur, a really nice catch.
Yeah. And there was a hit out onto Jimmy following that.
Yes.
And Marcus also walking off court.
And
Asgardians making up.
Nice hit from Jacques.
Good pressure.
Gio just throwing down the line there. 4-3. Warriors are down players at the current moment. They do have some heavy hitters there with Georgia and Marty and Don. Just an exchange, a lot of countering.
Yeah.
Cloth is a very heavy counter game. The general gist is get up players and then just soak the time, wait for the timer to end, because you just need most players. So don't do anything stupid that's going to get you players out and then them in. Catches are a big thing. Mostly because,
typically very fast starts of the set, but slows down quite drastically once a player advantage has been gained.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh,
Jacques trying to do what he does in Foam, and it does not work. These Cloth balls are very hard to hold, even with quite big hands.
Not called an invalid, however, though.
True.
Interesting. Good block.
Nice bounce there. Ooh. Nice hit from Gio.
So while people are learning, invalids are very lenient.
Okay. So we just have confirmation. So usually there is an invalid rule where you need to throw a ball within 1.5 meters of an opponent of where they were. So they can't do a big dodge out of the way and you won't get hit with it. It is quite subjective as far as if it's close and things like that. Nice hit onto Jacques. I believe they called it a bounce.
Very close call.
But because this is our first time running Cloth League, and a lot of people are giving it a go for the first time. We are being a bit more lenient. So Jacques would be an invalid, but not in this case.
Play 2 balls was called, requiring Asgardians to throw both. Left them very vulnerable. Jark by himself.
And so the set timer ran out.
Yep.
So 2 players to 1 player.
Warriors
Cloth,
take the first set.
Warriors get sacked.
Yeah.
You do get 2 points for a win in Cloth, because you can draw players. So if it draws 1 point each, and it basically just means that set never happened.
Yeah, but everyone's a winner in that case.
So, good strong start from both teams. Wilbur with some nice catches, nice hits on the side of Warriors.
Ooh.
And it will be a hand.
Ooh, good trade.
Humberry stepping on the court for Asgardians, calling something.
Probably a clarification of rules here.
I believe Lucy and Matt just... I'm not 100% sure what they're...
They were talking to some shaggers. I wonder if it was a shagging error. Someone did receive the ball slightly up the line.
Captains coming in, Donald Brown and Jared Field. Jared, not stepped foot on court yet.
No, actually. A late arrival to the day. He slept in fact, I found out, and missed his first A-grade foam game.
That is a top-tier moment.
We love that from Asgardians vice-captain for foam.
Look, it's Saturday, sleep in,
Yeah.
but not too long.
That's fine. The old saddle rounds used to start later, so maybe he's just used to those.
We're explaining what's happening. I'm going to assume it's something to do with, like you mentioned, shagging rules or...
More clarification from some of the more experienced members of the team, such as Julia Meaden, Oz rep at last year's World Championships.
I think we're truly unsure.
I think this first round, being the first saddle cloth division, is going to be quite experimental and just figuring out the logistics of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Something is going on.
More chats, more conferring.
We have no idea what's going on, but the game's about to get going. So,
Play will resume. 4 players to 5.
And who... So Marcus is out for Asgardians. Who's the other player out for them? Because nobody else is in the box.
Was it Julia?
Potentially, but...
Ooh.
Seamus with a line fault.
Oh.
Almost got absolutely obliterated by Marty running him down.
His commentary game, he just made note that he had gotten the most lineouts of the league
He did.
last year.
He did get the most lineouts last year.
The saddle?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He does his best to step on the line, so we don't have to.
He loves flirting with the line in Sunday League. Ooh.
Jimmy goes for a catch, doesn't get it. Marty with a nice... And he knocks it into his teammate. Throws it. Don gets absolutely cleaned up by his own squad
Does
mate.
redeem himself, however. Getting
The
Wilbur.
hit on Wilbur.
Ooh.
Gabby just fire getting hit on the knee, going down for it, leaving a lone.
Are you allowed to shag from in front of the line? Are you allowed to...
And he... Okay, so, real quick,
Leap of faith time. Please
Go for it.
Oh, I can. Leap of faith. Even though there is a blue line where you can go a little bit further, you can jump the line and throw from a closer angle. But if you miss the throw, you are out. If you hit, you can get back to your side.
Yes.
However, during that explanation, the set seems to have finished and Warriors will take another set.
Yep.
Leap of faith is typically very risky. We see a lot of them in high level play. A lot of Oz reps like doing them.
Unsure what's happening. Matt explaining it to him twice. He's just very confused, I guess.
I do believe that is then a set.
Yes, he did get a nice hit onto Frank, but Georgia just got him on the butt, and I don't think he realized the adrenaline.
He was feeling himself. He saw the comeback. Marcus swapping now.
Julia coming back in. Julia.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good for Asgardians. Not going for the second ball has cost him dearly.
Tom, just stop running. Leaving Julia by her lonesome.
It's all right. There's a few new players, but
Oh,
I think after a few games and a few trainings, we'll be getting the swing of things.
Absolutely.
It's good to see a lot of people trying it out, though.
Yeah, we had, you know, probably a group of like only 15. Nice catch from Georgia. Tom with a nice hit. Tom getting hit out on the side from Don. Yeah, we had maybe like, I don't know, consistently maybe only like 12 or 13 people. So it's good to see other people that don't really play it. Gabby, Wilbur, Frank.
Yeah.
Just on this game alone, coming out and having a go of it.
Yeah.
So it will be 5 players on the side of 3.
Advantage to Warriors to throw.
And a line fold.
Ooh. From Frank.
Who
did not even throw. Good pressure there.
Too good pressure.
Yes.
Coming up.
Ooh, big sidearm.
Shaking her arm there a little bit. Not very sure. So cloth balls are quite hard to hold.
They are, yes,
if
quite
you've got
bigger.
Small hands. I can barely grip it.
Yes, I frequently struggle.
So people do a lot of wacky things to throwing cloth. You got the sling like Gabby just did.
Yeah.
You got like, I do a weird sidearm sometimes when like you grip it and like
tuck the wrist in at 90 degrees. Yeah, I've seen people cricket bowl them before. There's a lot of variation in throws. Strong throw.
The other main thing that we didn't mention, that we'll just mention now, with blocking, you can block with your fingers. If your hand counts as part of the ball.
Yep.
So if you block it and it hits your fingers, you're knocked out, contrary to foam.
Yes, which is why you see typically a lot of people block with 2 hands, strong finger grip.
Exactly.
Knowing that they are safe behind that ball.
Absolutely. Oh! Jimmy with a little pull out of the air. Gaming too hard. And that is all she wrote for that set. So it will be 6-0 Warriors way. The Warriors way.
Love it. Sorry. Get it together. Lining up again.
And we're coming back into it, sorry. Just
Alistair making his first appearance, I believe, on court.
Absolutely.
Tom swapping to the middle, perhaps his long legs.
He's got the long arms. Jimmy's just a little bit too quick, though. Marty jumping almost. Ooh. Alistair with a nice counter there, just not finding Frank. It will be ball advantage on the side of Warriors. Marty's going to throw, obviously. Tom.
Yep, and it's like fish in a barrel, crowded.
Yeah. Contrary to how foam is like generally played, where you kind of lock down a ball carrier and stuff. In cloth, you want to just hit someone without a ball because make them catch you rather than the massive defense of just being able to block with your hands.
Exactly. A good winger behind their ball is nearly impossible to hit, and the higher you get, the harder it is. So
exactly.
Targeting those center players early can get you that ball, player advantage even, and can basically win you sets.
For sure. Be 4 on 6. Not a whole lot of catching going on.
No.
There's been a few.
We saw that one set with a couple catches from Asgards.
Ooh.
Right from Gio. Oh. No catch.
Julia runs onto it but leaves it.
Unfortunate for Marcus.
Like a silly goose, not being able to save Marcus.
Ooh.
A beautiful, strange block. Nice hit on the foot from
Alistair.
Julia.
Oh, that's a
Alistair
line fault.
going way too far over the line. I feel like that's going to happen a lot today.
A lot of the foam players are just getting too eager to go past the center line.
Like, we can go over halfway.
This is insane.
Ooh. Jenny with her patented chill call. Don't give, Julia a catch.
Exactly.
She can catch. She can do it well. And we're coming up to the plate.
A little fun thing back of court that's not noticeable to the new viewer was Nick was putting the ball on court and like flicking it back to himself because the shaggers can't hold onto the ball for too long, I believe. There's a timer.
I believe a ball, I don't know the actual, like, how long, but a ball must, when shagged, basically immediately or near immediately get back onto the court.
Yeah, I think it's as soon as it's convenient. Like, obviously, if you're in the back corner fetching a ball, you don't have to roll it back on. But I think as soon as you are able, that ball has to be in play to prevent any shenanigans.
Yeah, so like Lockie mentioned, people will just spin it back to themselves. It hits the court, bounces back, so they get around that kind of rule, I guess. Yeah. In a way.
And it entertains Nick on the sidelines as well, so everyone's happy.
Gets the shagger involved. Jared Field stepping on court here for the first time. The other thing is the activation line. So we mentioned the blue lines in the center being where the neutral zone is.
Yep.
So there's another blue line behind that, and that's actually the activation line in cloth. So you have to get it a lot further back. I feel like nice catch by Gabby on the knees.
Stuck on the legs first, use the fingers to keep it there. Very lovely.
I think it's probably a safety issue for one thing on the rush to get it further back, and it's just easier to go. But the other thing that line does is a ball needs to be shagged behind that line.
Yes.
You can't give it. You can shag it from anywhere, like you can roll it from halfway, but the ball needs to be received behind the blue line. Otherwise, that is an illegal shag in cloth.
That is correct. All the balls as Guardians now, how will they use it?
Nice hit from Alistair. Little slingshot with a tennis grunt to match.
Play two. So the play ball call, for those that are unaware, is if an attacking team with advantage takes too long to throw, they have to throw all of their balls except for one, barring that they have the players to do so. So, if you have one player, you won't be expected to throw 4 balls, but you will still be required to throw 1. So it just keeps the game moving and fast-paced, and that's what we like to see in cloth.
Absolutely. And a nice hit. And he gets the rebound.
Would you like to explain this one, David?
Okay, so it will not be a catch, but for future reference. So Don had died before, after Marcus's ball hit him.
Yeah.
But if you hit someone on the opposition and the ball bounces back over to your side on the full and you catch it, that does count as a catch. Not now, and just like with it being a catch, if he fumbled it, he would also be out because it still counts as a live ball, so it can be caught, it can hit players out.
Yes.
So there's a lot of times where you'll be really close to someone, you throw at them and it'll bounce straight back into you and you'll be out as well, off your own ball. It's pretty crazy.
We saw a fair bit of an ADC, a lot of people just going straight to the line and just quickly back into their own legs or something, but
it will leave 2.
The same applies for blocking also. So if you block back across the line, be careful. You may give the other team a player.
All right, nicely getting under the block there, Martin Badcock.
Another close set though, very chaotic towards the end. We'd love to see it, fast-paced.
We are getting there. Asgardians are kind of slowly improving as this game goes on. It is, I believe they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9-ish people on their team.
Yeah.
So I think they're just evenly rotating, get everybody a go, everybody involved. It is 10-0 at the moment, but the sets have been a bit closer than that.
And the score is, because it's doubled, it looks worse than the actual damage is.
But not to worry, it's the equivalent of being 5-0.
Yeah. Which in a fast-paced game like cloth, 3-minute sets, very achievable in the second half.
Absolutely. We still have one more set to go after this one. Ooh. Nice catch by Marty.
A great shot on the legs.
Jimmy stepping up to the plate.
3 Asgardians dispatched off very quickly. Jimmy.
Very nice jump.
Slippery as ever. Oh, Martin.
Catching out. Caught it, and then I believe he stepped forward to stop himself, and he stepped on the line. Gabby.
A classic reach.
Reaching for some silliness.
the cloth balls are typically easier to catch due to they sort of absorb more energy when they hit you,
Yeah.
and they don't travel as fast due to being harder to throw. So a lot of people greed for catches and fall victim, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's just learning how to throw it properly, how to get your version of it. So when people are starting out, they throw just little lobs and stuff.
Yeah. I know typically it is recommended if you have small hands or you just don't have very good forearm strength, is to put your thumb on the like nipple of the ball where you pump it up with air, and yeah, you can get a tiny bit extra grip.
Yeah.
I found it helpful because I've got pretty small hands, so
Production. Rosie and Lockie have about the
confirmed.
same size hand.
I have confirmed on screen that I do have small hands now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ooh,
nice jump there from Georgia.
very nice.
Gio.
Starting off this set, hopefully Asgardians can get some momentum. Ooh,
Nice catch.
into the ground,
Puts him on the
unfortunately.
knee. Tom also exercising a little bit of the... when you get hit, if you're holding a ball, it does have to go straight down at your feet. You can't throw it to a teammate. You put it... If you're in the middle of the neutral zone and you get hit, the ball's going straight down where you got hit.
Yeah.
Which I feel is like a big thing that foam players do a lot. Because where you're just used to like just throwing the ball in rage.
Yeah, exactly.
Or passing it off to a teammate.
Throwing it up at the net and telling the team to just grab it. You see a lot of crossover where like main cloth players will come and play foam, and they'll do that when they get out.
Yeah,
drop the ball, which can frequently leave their team in trouble. A trade
Nice
between
trade
Shimmy
there.
and Jenny.
And Jimmy getting a nice hit onto Gabby there on the other side. Nice catch from Georgia. Leap of faith.
Hitting Ali in the head, I believe, but checking in on him. Good sportsmanship from Jimmy.
And that is, look, honestly, a bit of a deterrent.
Those balls are pretty heavy.
They are,
all
yeah,
things
people
considered.
are a lot of the time scared because the foam, like the cloth balls, it's perceived that there's more injury in cloth just because of the way that the balls are.
Yeah.
But foam ball or cloth ball, if it's smacking you, smacking you in the face or smacking you in the fingers,
Yeah.
it's hurting all the same. Really.
There's definitely pain in both sports. Foam, you've got faster balls, and cloth, you've got heavier, so it's pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Jenny having to retreat to activate that ball.
Alistair stepping off.
Ooh, between the legs.
And it will be an even player count at the moment. Tom with a nice hit onto Martin.
Wow. Jacques stepping on court for his first set, and first throw is caught.
Rough.
Unfortunate, but...
It's rough out here.
Shimmy nearly falling into that.
Not getting it.
Still a close game, 4-5. It could be swung at any moment here. One big catch. Jared Field, we know, is a big catcher as well.
Nice block from Tom.
Ooh, Jared with that sneaky cross court though.
30 seconds on the game clock. So yeah, we run 20-minute game time, 3-minute sets. Contrary to in foam, where if there's still time on the clock, we just do a set.
Yep.
Until sudden death. In cloth, it'll be a minute and a half set. If there's still time, and I believe it's 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll do another set.
I believe that is correct. I know that if there is a last set played, it will be 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Anytime?
Anytime.
We have that confirmed for us.
With
the player advantage, Warriors takes one more.
Takes that up.
A very, very strong start and good showing from the Warriors so far. I think Asgardians just need to find their footing and figure out who's fucking feeling it.
And you can see on court as we're just going across, Jason Pham shagging for the Warriors, just Marty teaching him how to throw a cloth ball at him. Failing.
There's a lot of coaching going on, even mid-game whilst everyone's off court.
True. Failing quite heavily. Are you playing in the Sunny team?
No, not this season.
This guy thinks he's too cool.
Yeah.
All right, coming in, Asgardians. Look, usually I like to go over what Asgardians need to do to bring it back. It really comes down to just learning the game. Most of them
think
are,
so.
like, only 3 or 4 players on their team have played cloth before of 9.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some growing pains.
Yeah, for sure.
So just learning the rules, learning the general flow of the game will hopefully get them.
I'm certain that for these new players, their first saddle game might be a lot more intimidating and maybe anxious for them compared to the casual Wednesday cloth session.
Yeah, exactly. There's a bit more on the line.
Yeah.
You know? Nick just coming over, flexing on us with his shagging, as we mentioned,
Exactly.
him throwing the ball on the court to himself.
Yeah. It is the 1%ers.
Bro.
And apparently Marcus has lost his chalk.
He's lost his chalk.
Ideal.
For a very
are you
long
still allowed
time.
to use chalk in cloth? I believe that was forbidden.
So chalk used to be forbidden in cloth. They have changed the rule. So doping is now allowed.
I see.
In cloth.
Chalking and doping.
Apples and oranges.
Exactly.
No need to yell.
Jared on the center. This feels more like what Asgardian should be doing. Getting Jared, who has done center rush for the South Australian and the Australian team several times. Very long legs. And look at that.
Get him in the middle. Start letting him clean some people
Throw
up.
from the center and throw at the center.
Absolutely. Nice block.
Asgardian's happy to let that one reset.
Absolutely. Coming up again. Georgia with another one. Wilbur with a nice catch. Chucking it down. Georgia going out there. Coming up. Shimmy. Thrown a bit high. Still within that 1.5 meters of a player.
Ooh.
Frank trying to have a gag. Almost stepping out of court. Almost fumbling himself out of court as he jumped.
Nearly Icarus there.
Flew too close to the sun.
Truly.
I made that reference the other day and nobody got it.
That is quite
And I'm like,
disappointing. One of my favorite references.
Bro, get those wax wings, baby.
Exactly.
Nice slide from Frank getting under it. Jared stays. Nice catch from Jared. Marty just missing on the knees. Coming 3 balls back to the Asgardians. 4 balls coming up to the Asgardians. A nice double. Jacques finding it.
Just clipping Marty on that massive dodge.
On the hand.
Asgardians with a massive advantage now. They don't have to play aggressive.
And Frank line faults.
Ooh.
You'd think with more room, people would line fault less, but...
You'd think so.
And Jacques!
Jacques with a massive leap of faith.
Technically out. As he rolls over the line. As he rolls over the sideline there. The other thing that I did mention with line... So Jacques, if it was more players on court, Jacques would still be in.
Yep.
He is still hittable while he's over there. He has to... You got to bust your ass back.
Exactly.
So you don't get...
And you do still have to stay within the boundaries of the court, despite being on the other side.
Correct. And I believe if you're on the other side of the court from leap of faithing and you get caught, you take a catch, it's still out. Yes. Because you're not in your zone.
I guess so. Does make sense.
It's weird. You're in limbo. Over there.
I mean, most of the time, I think your main priority is to just pull butt and get out of there.
Absolutely. Not quite dead, not quite alive.
Exactly.
Schrodinger's player.
Yeah, that's another good
We got a highbrow.
That is another good reference.
The highbrow here, don't worry.
Wilbur, very clean late dodge. Oof. Jenny wanted that.
Jenny wanted it.
Could not find her footing.
Good stuff from the Asgardians. We didn't touch on it last set, but
A very strong start to the
yeah,
half, which
really
we didn't know what they needed to do, maybe just find their footing, but they've just found it in 2 minutes apparently.
yeah, good stuff. Getting Jared some big hits and catches. Wilbur with a nice catch. Jacques with a nice hit onto Marty.
Jacques has a pretty powerful cloth throw. I was wondering whether his strong arm would convert from foam to cloth, and
Yeah.
certainly appears that way.
Just not when he like sidearms it.
No.
Gabby getting caught. Gio getting caught,
caught at no
getting
man's.
hit.
Ooh.
Jared with a nice jump over.
Jimmy strong at the line with that ball.
Absolutely, just some really good blocking coming out from there. 3 balls on the side of Asgards.
Ooh. Nearly curving into the side of Winnie's leg there, but no cigar.
No cigar.
Highbrow.
Highbrow comedy here.
6 players to 4 though. Probably about half of the set remaining. We're hoping Asgardians can maybe turn around, keep the set spicy and interesting. Ooh,
Jared
there it
with a nice
is.
hit. Almost finding the pocket of Marcus
catch
getting caught
and
when
out.
gone, and then Jared just cleaning it up. Jimmy getting cleaned up by Jacques there.
Ooh, 3 to 3 now, however.
And Jenny with a nice little like basket pass trying to get Jacques out, but he gets out of the way and Jared just cleans him up. With that catch, it brings it from about a 5v2 down to a 3-2 Asgardians way now.
Massive swing.
Very nicely done by Jared and Jacques there to get some nice catches, good dodging.
Ooh, I'm surprised he didn't try to get Wilbur there. Throwing at the center would have been the play, I reckon.
Absolutely.
At least snag that 1 point.
3 balls on the side of Asgardians. I'll probably maybe throw a double, just a single here.
Wilbur, good protection.
Wilbur, just nicely done. Yeah, a big thing in cloth. If the center player doesn't throw, they'll usually try to get in front of the player that did throw.
And body block.
Just body block, basically, Ooh,
We'll
I
double check.
believe
No hit.
they're just wanting to confirm. It will be a draw. Marty did not get that hit on Jacques in time.
But, wow.
So that will be 1 point apiece.
Yes.
Everybody's
Lovely.
a winner.
Everyone's a winner, baby. That's no lie. But wow, what a last minute that set was.
Absolutely.
5 to 2 Warriors way, and then 3 to 2 Asgardians, and then
Ended a
1 all
1v1.
tie.
Absolutely.
We love this.
Much needed improvement from the Asgards here.
Mm.
Current score is 17-3, but Asgardians are going to get some wins. I feel it in my butt.
Ooh, there is 1 ball at that line, however. Ooh.
So, the other thing, if you don't grab your balls from the center, the opposing team is not allowed to go grab those balls until they get both their balls.
That is an invalid.
It is not currently.
Ooh, it did not go over the line.
Georgia, if it crossed the halfway line, that ball
Would be
would
an
make
invalid.
Georgia invalid. Not that I don't think we'd count it for this first round, but again, if you drop your ball and it rolls over to the other side, it technically counts as a throw.
Yeah, an attacking throw, and hence is a very clear invalid.
And because and then nice, there we go. Jared with a block on Georgia's ball, just bounces over the line into Jenny's thigh, and she is out because that ball is still live.
Yep.
Jimmy with a nice throw.
Hit on the leg after.
With a nice catch. Georgia getting out, and no one's going back in.
There was a catch from Jimmy.
Marty is back in now to 5 on the side of Asgardians, 3 balls in hand.
Ooh,
Jacques with a little cheeky. He's just bouncing around. Jared showing some nice control.
Very good pressure. A bad shag, I believe. Otherwise, that was a very
Invalid
clear
shag.
invalid.
Yep.
Play ball.
And just and a catch.
Catch, bringing another player in, but Marty is still in.
It is, it does not count as an out. Beautiful catch there from Jared. So Has that always been that?
It got changed a while ago.
Okay, so it would have been if you block the ball across and they catch it, you're out.
Yep.
That has been changed, so just a catch counts.
Yep.
You don't get anybody out, but you just bring someone back in. So
a very cool, funky thing to look for in cloth.
a crazy, kooky, and wacky thing.
There's a lot of those rules in cloth, but
absolutely many kooky and wacky things in cloth.
It makes reffing both games very difficult, but
it's going to make stat taking a nightmare as well.
Yes.
But
ooh,
a nice little curve there, just literally wanted bulleting around Georgia.
That was another great reference. Curving the bullet.
Good. Shout out to Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. I can't remember the male protagonist in that film. He was probably a B-list celeb.
I feel like it was... No, it wouldn't have been. I got Tobey Maguire, but I don't think that's right.
I had that sort of vibe, but I think it's just the scruffy beard.
Because he's like a nerdy... Yeah, anyway.
We digress.
Marcus, with a nice trade, Tom Berry just following it up, just to make sure.
Double tapping.
Zombieland.
We really are menaces for references, but...
And
Don with a shadow catch behind Winnie.
A catch.
Ooh.
A nice little no-look curveth boy.
Don taking advantage of Gabby being shagged that ball and had to... Ooh.
Nice hit from Alistair.
That was a very good foot shot.
Finding it. 5 players on the side of 3. Frank coming up a little bit too high.
Oh, that's a lost ball.
Thomas Berry could have caught it.
He could have.
Turned his
It is
body.
certainly more difficult to catch the ball when you are turned side on. Not an advice tactic. Oh. But Marty is out for walking off court.
Yep. He
Unfortunately,
is out.
not aware of that rule. Cantering back across.
And a catch from Jimbo
will close out Alistair.
Makes the dream over.
Unfortunately so, but yeah, still a lot of players clearly figuring out the little logistics of the rules. And
yeah, absolutely.
It certainly takes some time. I know even after playing 2 straight days of cloth in Melbourne, I was still struggling with the rules, despite having half the else team there.
Yeah, it's a little bit to get your head around, but once you do, there's like, they're not like loopholes, I guess, because you're still in the rules, but like there's some fancy stuff you can do. Like,
yeah, you accidentally stumble into a loophole or a mistake, and then you learn from that.
Yeah. And it will be...
Shimmy out, I believe, for touching Jimmy's hand there at the line.
So there is, I believe it's like, again, it's a little bit subjective as to how much contact can be made on the
field.
But it's like, if you grab like kind of wrist-ish, if you hit like wrist-ish area, that will be an out.
Jimmy with the
Jimmy's being a little bit cute.
We've seen a lot of those at the line, the not wanting to miss straight basketball shot, but unfortunately both have missed. So maybe he should be out of the repertoire. Oh,
Marcus almost finding a catch.
2, 3, 4 time attempts.
And Jimmy with a leap of faith.
Very well closed out from the Warriors.
Very quick set.
Very efficient.
8 minutes 30 remaining on the clock, the game clock, that is.
Yeah.
On stream, we don't have a set clock yet, but it's in the works. It's in the works.
It is most certainly going to be quite good for all viewers involved once that is up and running, but for now, we will just listen to the referees.
A nice contest from Alistair there, just
beating Jimbo.
Using those long limbs. Frank with a nice catch.
Lots of chest marks and AFL marks with these cloth balls. You can get your chest behind it. I find it's quite easy to wrap those arms up and catch it.
And Marty called the invalid. He knows better.
Yep.
He's not a new player. He just did the weird backhand thing.
He was certainly aware of his actions and the consequences they brought. Ooh, very nice sneak from Tom there. Ooh,
Jimmy misses.
So, ooh, close.
Giving just an invalid warning there.
Yeah.
A little bit too close for comfort. Yeah. Georgia getting hit.
A bit of leniency to encourage the new players to keep coming back and refine their skills.
There's nothing worse than not really understanding why you got out. Just being like, well, you're out.
Yeah. Disarm on Winnie just there. That is a foam rule, so if you have never seen a disarm before, if you lose your ball, you will unfortunately be out.
And we're coming up. Done with a nice block, gets behind it. Bates it from Alistair. Alistair just getting out of the way, and Shimmy with a nice clean up on Jenny.
Not gonna lie, I thought that was Ali's foot being clipped there, but no. Shimmy's
I think
good
that was
counter.
the sound of, I believe that was the sound of Jenny getting hit. Because I almost agree with you.
A coincidental incident.
A coinky dink, as they say.
Yes. More highbrow.
Nice blocks.
Ooh,
Nice little
Ali.
no look.
Very good late turn there, nearly catching Don off guard.
Does get behind it. 3 players. I believe he said 30 seconds remaining in the set. 3-2.
Play ball. Ooh. Jimmy spinning out of both of those. Ooh.
And nice play. Jimmy getting with his noodly body all
He is
over the shop.
notoriously very difficult to hit.
Yeah. Get a nice little block in there.
And that is the 30
I
seconds call.
don't think that was a catch, and Matt agrees with me. Did hit knees into ground, and then he grabbed it.
There was a little bit of transition bouncing back up. Ooh, bouncing.
It is a bounce. They did call that one a bounce.
Marcus keeping that pressure up, despite the fact that it is on
Just
Don to
not-
throw.
And don't give him a catch.
Ooh.
Thought he got hit there. Did bounce up into his leg. He's coming up. Marcus not finding it.
5 seconds left. Can they finish it?
And he gets it! And Don with the catch!
Oh my goodness.
A very nice leap of faith.
Millimeters
just
from the net.
Pops straight up, just not high enough to hit the top net and be dead.
Now that was epic.
That is so unlucky.
Oh,
Beautifully done by Alistair. Let's not.
Yeah.
That was a very nice leap of faith.
that leap of faith, getting a diving target is notoriously very difficult. So
Absolutely.
well played to both. Gabby trying to rally the troops. Get on court, everyone.
Wilbur stepping on. Wilbur running for the middle.
I reckon he's got Jimmy covered. Oh, Jimmy saving his legs.
And here we go. Marty's going to throw.
Ooh, good trading, good dodging from
Sharp
Jacques.
with a nice hit. Almost cresting the hair. Hair dipping and bapping all over the shop.
Got to keep that stuff tied up.
Yeah.
Ooh, big triple, not connecting. 4 balls to Warriors now. No, one came back. My apologies.
Will be 3 balls on the side of Warriors.
Oof.
Tom with just a nice turn. Frank almost finds the catch.
Tom turning paper thin and Jacques getting the counter.
Almost getting fined by Frank, but Frank just dropping it, unfortunately.
Now 4 plays to 5. And Asgardians mount something of a redeeming comeback. Get some points on the board.
Gio gets found. 3v4. Jacques, Tom, and Wilbur remaining. Coming up. Jacques throwing, not finding it.
Wilbur with a
Wilbur with a...
very scuffed leap of faith.
He missed.
Jimmy, unfortunately, also scuffing it. Tom with the
really
fancy
just
feet.
non-committal dodging that is just like really working. I don't think he's moved the last like 4 times he's been thrown
The laziest happy feet I've ever
out.
seen.
Jacques getting caught. Not a very good idea to throw coast to coast.
No.
It's catchable. And Georgia with another one.
Marty showing very good restraint there to pull out of the throw mid-air.
And 2 minutes remaining. Score is 25-5. It's been a journey.
It has been a journey. Certainly very entertaining, to say the least.
Absolutely. Catches galore, leap of faiths galore.
Yeah, I think now that we've like sort of picked up the pace a bit, I think everyone's sort of feeling themselves a bit more, like taking bigger risks, and it's really good and exciting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Like over just the course of like one game, people are getting a bit more comfortable.
Ooh,
Dead ball,
did-
no hits.
they did collide on the way past. Fancy footwork to get the ball back to Frank there.
Frank finding a hit on Gio.
Ooh.
It just hitting the back.
Unfortunate bounce. A line fault saving Wilbur there.
Frank with another line fault. Bit of a theme, that's for sure. With more space to move, you'd think there'd be less line faults. You've got 3.
There's, certainly. Oh, Jacques with the first accurate basketball throw.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. First person to get a hit with that in the game of about 4 or 5 that have been done.
Ooh, that's a
nice little underarm that actually works. Gabby not finding the catch. Marty finding it. Nice leap of faith.
Oh, double leap of faith. Gone
Jenny.
into Jenny.
And as a brief week, as we're coming to the line, there is only allowed to be 1 leap of faith at a time per person.
This is certainly
So
correct.
if 2 people leap of faith at the same time, I believe it should be up to the discretion of the ref as to who went second, and that person is out.
Yes.
And if you bit of a safety issue, with multiple people just jumping it.
Yeah, it can be quite high risk, especially if you've got 2 very strong throwers. They can inflict some close range damage. They both connect.
Correct.
Ooh, good turn from Marty.
This will more than likely, and
this is the last set, so it is
likely to be the last set.
Second set, I believe.
90 seconds. Frank coming up. Missing. Frank just laying down on the ground, having a great time.
Everyone having a giggle.
Gio gets found. Jenny with a nice catch on Alistair. Seamus getting out of the way.
Yeah, the line faults in this game have been interesting. You'd think, caught with more space, you'd think there'd be way less. But there's probably double the amount of lineouts you see in a foam game.
Yeah. I think it's probably that line just moving forward. People aren't just like got the spatial awareness. I
believe that was
Frank
getting a call off the clock.
Yeah, and Frank with another catch.
Very lovely. Right at the line too. Jimmy wanting the leap of faith once more.
Man's a savage.
He had a lot of momentum there. Nearly went all the way to the end of the net. Jared likely going to be called to play ball. Yeah.
Play ball being called. Nice hit. Nice hit. Not finding it. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Warriors do take that last set. Final score 28-5.
29 to 5?
28.
I believe it should be, the total should add up to an even number.
All right, buddy.
I think I know how to do clocks now.
Yeah, because there was 1 draw. Anyway, the point is, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Hope it gave you a little bit of insight into how cloth is played. These cloth games are going to be a little bit friendlier while people are learning, but hope you all enjoyed and join us for the next one. This is Lachlan and David signing off. Peace. Have a lovely day.
See you.